TIFU by giving fleas to charity. I intended to donate some clothes to a local charity shop. I have a bad habit of holding on to things I no longer wear, thinking I might need them someday. My closet reached maximum capacity. I spent an afternoon sorting through everything. I filled several large bags with clothes I planned to donate. The next morning, I loaded the bags into my car. I drove to the charity shop. The shop is on a busy street and parking can be difficult. I found a spot a block away and hauled the bags from my car. It was heavier than I anticipated. I struggled to carry all the bags at once. I reached the shop and pushed open the door. A volunteer stood behind the counter. I smiled and said I wanted to donate some clothes. She directed me to a back room where donations were accepted. I lugged the bags to the back room. The back room smelled musty. Piles of clothes and other items already sat there. I began to unload my bags, tossing clothes onto a table. I felt a sudden itch on my arm. I scratched it absent-mindedly. Then I felt another itch. And another. I looked down at my arm. Small red bumps covered my skin. I realized the clothes I donated must have contained fleas. I am allergic to flea bites. I start itching immediately. I panicked. I knew if I did not get out of there I would be eaten alive by fleas. I rushed out of the back room, waving my arms. I ran through the shop and out the front door. I did not say anything to the volunteer. I jumped into my car and sped home. By the time I arrived home, the itching was unbearable. I stripped off my clothes in the garage. I put them in a trash bag. I immediately jumped into the shower and scrubbed myself raw. After the shower, I slathered myself in anti-itch cream. I took an antihistamine. I spent the rest of the day trying not to scratch. The bites were everywhere. The next day, I felt awful. I went to a doctor. The doctor confirmed I had flea bites. He gave me a prescription for a stronger anti-itch cream. He also warned me about the risk of infection. I realized I not only donated my old clothes but also myself to the charity shop fleas. I felt terrible about potentially infesting the shop. I considered calling the shop to warn them, but I felt too embarrassed to admit what happened. I did the laundry and cleaned my entire house. I also made a mental note to be more careful about what I donate in the future. I will call the charity shop. I will apologize. I will explain what happened. They need to know to get an exterminator. The discomfort of the flea bites pales in comparison to the guilt I feel about not being forthright sooner.